What if one of your best friends suddenly grew tentacles and tried to chew off your face? What limb would you blow off first? Those are the types of decisions you'll have to make in EA's upcoming Dead Space. We're here at EA, and we got a chance to talk to some of the developers to get your questions answered. Norse wants to know, so in a day and an age when companies and brands are swinging away from mature, you guys went basically the complete opposite way. Was that difficult?
EA sort of like let us go for like 6 months. Okay, let's see what you got. Can you scare me? And what they realized was we needed that mature content to achieve the gameplay that we wanted. And so yes, there was skepticism at the start, but when they saw what we were doing, then there really hasn't been too much trouble.
Wise Guy says, do you plan for being banned from certain countries?
We recognized that some of the content that we had would be questionable in some places. So the important thing to us was to remain true to our vision. And we said we're not going to compromise this. And if that means that some places don't make it available, that's unfortunate to us. Dead Space has never had a single thing cut in a response to a banning.
How are you keeping the level design fresh? That's a question from Gaming Nexus.
There's very few rooms in the game or areas in the game that you walk into knowing what's going to happen. There's always a surprise around the corner because it's a scary game and because of the nature of our enemies. They're pretty extreme and crazy, and you're not quite sure what they're going to do.
We wanted to take advantage of the fact that you are in space. It should feel like there is always that omnipresent threat of decompression, being trapped outside the ship or being in an airless environment. We never want you to know what's coming next in a level. There are places where gravity has failed, or where oxygen has failed, or where you can actually see out into open space. It's a great way for us to mix up the environments, and it's also a great way to mix up the gameplay.
Gaming Nexus, they want to know, with enemies able to attack you from all directions in some of the zero-G environments, how do you not overwhelm the players too much?
Well, I gotta say, if there was anything that we didn't know what we were getting into when we committed so much, was the zero gravity. It's really hard.
We don't help them too much. That being said, I don't think it's a frustrating experience. It's an experience you kind of have to get used to.
Good responsive controls, right? So you're not fighting the controls and the world at the same time, because that would suck.
One of the scary things about being in those environments is the fact that things can come at you from all angles.
Or they'll have audio cues that, especially if you got like a 5.1 system or something like that, you can tell that it's behind you and you can tell where behind is.
It's a freeing feeling to be in zero-G. You can kind of go anywhere, but it's also dangerous.